So let's go ahead and take a look now at example 3 here. It says that Sandy runs 4 miles per day. She ran 5 days during the first week of the month. She ran only 3 days each week for the next 3 weeks. We're supposed to simplify the expression parentheses 5 plus 3 times 3 close parentheses times 4 to find how many miles she ran last month. So of course that equation that you see there is the mileage combined based on the various parts. She ran the 5 days during the first week of the month. Then she ran only 3 days each week for the next 3 weeks. And then we're supposed to simplify the expression. So notice here's the first 5 days in the 5. The 3 times 3 represents the 3 days she ran during the next 3 weeks. And then this times 4 out here at the end is what we didn't mention. That's what comes from this first sentence. It's that she's running 4 miles a day. So if we take the number of days she ran and multiply it by the number of miles per day she runs, that's the total mileage. Okay, so now that we see where the equation comes from, let's solve using order of operations. As you can see on the right side there, it tells me to do parentheses first, and that makes good sense. That's the first step. Remember, when we're inside parentheses, we follow the rest of those steps. So we would do any exponents in there, which there are none, and then we do multiplication and division. Well, as you can see, we do have, in this particular question, multiplication. So I'm going to do this 3 times 3 first here, which is going to change it to 9. And again, just like all the other problems we've done, all this stuff that I haven't done anything with comes straight down. Continuing to work in the parentheses, then I'm going to do the 5 plus 9, which is going to change into 14. So now I have 14 times 4. Again, this 4 continues to just come straight down because I haven't done anything with it. And now since it just says 14 times 4, I don't really need to worry about the order of operations because there's only one thing left to do. 14 times 4 is 56. The answer is 56. And in context of the problem, since we were trying to find out how many miles Sandy ran, that means she ran 56 miles last month. So let's go ahead and take a look at the check it out problems now. Number 1 here is asking us to work through 2 plus 24 divided by 6. So, first things first, parentheses, but there are none. And then exponents, but there are none. And then multiplication and division. Well, we do have a division here. We've got 24 divided by 6, so I'm going to tackle that first. That's, of course, 4, which is why you can see this first line in the box is changed into 2 plus 4. So now, since that's all that's left to do, I really don't have to worry about the order of operations again. 2 plus 4 is 6. So when I solve 2 plus 24 divided by 6, the result is properly 6. If you get an answer that involves 26 divided by 6, you didn't do order of operations. That would be your issue. Go back, make sure you're using the order of operations. Again, not all calculators do the order of operations, so just don't trust your calculator to be giving you the right answer every time. In the second question there, 24 minus parentheses 4 times 5 close parentheses divided by 4. Well, let's go through the steps again, just like we've done in every other problem. Parentheses first. Well, we do have parentheses here. We have parentheses in 4 times 5. So that's going to change into 20, which is what you can see in this first bit of work here. But all the other stuff that I haven't used just continues on in life. So now I have 24 minus 20 divided by 4. Well, we took care of the parentheses step. The next step would be exponents, but there aren't any. Then multiply and divide. And we do have that in 20 divided by 4 there. 20 divided by 4 is going to change into 5. So as you can see from here to here, the 24 and minus stays the same, but the 20 divided by 4 changes into 5. So now I've got 24 minus 5. 24 minus 5 changes into 19, and that's my final result. Now let's take a look at the story problem here. It says that Jill is learning vocabulary words for a test. From the list, she already knew 30 of the words. She is learning 4 new words a day for 3 days each week. Evaluate the expression 3 times 4 times 7 plus 30 to find out how many words she will know at the end of 7 weeks. Okay, so we're working through 3 times 4 times 7 plus 30. Realize that this equation, the 3 times 4 times 7 part, represents the 4 new words a day for 3 days each week part. And the plus 30 at the end here represents the fact that she already knows 30 of the words. So, let's go ahead and solve that out. No parentheses, no exponents, so we do multiply, divide. Now we have a lot of multiply, divide this one, because this whole left side here to the left of the addition is all multiply. All right, so we're going to do that first. And remember, when we have a lot of them, we just go left to right. So I would do 3 times 4 first, which is going to change it to 12, which is what you can see in my work here. And then I'm going to grab that times 7. 12 times 7 is 84. Now, if you wanted to, you could absolutely go from this piece of work to this piece of work, skipping out the 12 times 7 part and just multiplying from left to right. I don't have a problem with that because it's all connected. It's not separated by anything. It's just left to right, so you're more than welcome to go from here to here without writing this little piece in here. If they were separate multiplications, apart from each other in the problem, maybe a little bit different, but with this left to right and all being connected, it's not a big deal. So now it says 84 plus 30. Well, that's all we can do, so I don't need any more rules. I just do 84 plus 30, and that's 114. So that is what, in context of the problem, is the number of words she will now know at the end of 7 weeks. She's going to know 114 vocabulary words.